survey just about a week ago about retained earnings and what everybody thought that they were. I'll tell you that there were quite a few of you that actually got the answer right. And I am proud of you. Not to say that anyone else did anything wrong because, well, we're all still learning, right? So I wanted to hop on here and actually go over retained earnings real quickly, as I promised. Retained earnings are, it kind of is the accumulation of earnings over periods of time. The thing is where most people get confused is that they feel that that's all that it's for, and that if they touch it, it's going to screw everything up. And this is not the case. So retained earnings, what it is used for is closing. It is a closing account, an adjusting account. So in other words, let's just say year end. You have all of these accounts that your client CPA has given you to close. They give you this laundry list of, sorry, thank you. By the way, please enable StreamYard so that I can see who is commenting. And please let me know if you can hear me better now. I had the microphone a little far. So again, let's just, yeah, I've got my door open, so my dogs are going in and out, and they really like the doorstop. So let's just, oh, thank you. Okay, we'll go back to the beginning here. The example I'm going to give you is you're working with a client. They just filed their taxes. Now their CPA needs to close out their books because, of course, their books have to match their taxes to their previous year's taxes completely. And so what's going to happen is that CPA is now going to send you over a laundry list of journal entries to plug in. And usually you just put it into one journal entry, but it's going to be a mile long. So you have to close all of those things out to something. So they're going to want to close out things like depreciation, the interest amortization. They're going to want to close out certain vehicles that, excuse me, certain vehicles that may have been sold. It's all balance sheet items that's being closed out because the P&L, they close, each one of those close each other out. So you never have to do anything with that. If they don't accumulate, it's the balance sheet that accumulates. And so what's going to happen is you're going to do this journal entry, but at the very end, you sit there wondering, okay, now what? Where do I put everything? Well, you're going to put it in retained earnings. And it's not just you that's doing this. QuickBooks also does this. So every single month, QuickBooks will do a month-end close, if you will, and it's automatic. And it'll actually put it into retained earnings. And so every single month, your retained earnings is going to fluctuate. It will never remain the same. It's not like all of your other accounts where you manually put everything into it, so you always know where you stand. It will always, always, always fluctuate. So just remember, any adjustments that you need to do, if it does not hit a bank account, or let's say a prepaid expense. Obviously, when you're doing the journal entry for that, you're going to deduct that amount from prepaid expense, and you're going to put that into the appropriate expense account. But that's not always the case. You're not always going to have two accounts, two dedicated accounts that you're going to be hitting in a journal entry. So if there is, okay, a really good example. If you work with nonprofits. The months are extremely important as far as when everything hits, because they work with budgets. So if you've just paid a bill that you discovered, you just took over the books, the last bookkeeper didn't pay the bill for 5 months. So you're paying everything in one lump sum. Well, what's going to happen? You're going to have 1 month that's got a ton of money that was just spent in, I don't know, printing, and no other months. And so a nonprofit or anyone else that goes by a budget, a strict budget, needs to see every single month that was paid. So what you're going to do is you're going to pay that invoice that's 5 months past due. You're going to pay it in one lump sum. And you're going to enter it that way. But then what you're going to do is you're going to create a journal entry that actually removes those particular months from what you just paid. It's going to remove it from that account. So I said printing, you're going to remove it from printing because you've got 1 month that's being covered correctly, the month that you paid it in. But you've got 4 months that it should have been paid before. So you're going to take 4 months and you're going to deduct those 4 months in one lump sum in one journal entry. So you're going to credit the printing because crediting is going to eliminate. But what else do you put that into? Well, you could put it into your checking account, but that's going to make a mess of things. So you put it into retained earnings. Then once you save it, you make a copy of it and you change the date of every single one. This is how you do an adjusting journal entry. You change the date, you check on the box that says adjusting entry, and then you do an adjusting entry for every single month that it hits. So, and every single time it's going to hit that expense account, debiting, because you want it to show in that month, and you're going to credit retained earnings. So you do this every single time. You've got an entry where it just simply doesn't have an account that it needs to hit, 2 specific accounts. So retained earnings, it's for adjusting entries. It is also for your month-end close, month-end and year-end close. So yes, it is for accruing, but it will always change. Even though it says it's retained earnings, it's not necessarily an accrual of everything that the client has made over time, but instead what the client has made over time minus every adjustment that's been done. Hence, it's a closing account. It's a pass-through, is what it is. So there are many bookkeepers that do things a different way. One person actually taught me, no, don't put it into retained earnings, put it into opening balance equity. Well, as you have all learned, opening balance equity should always remain 0 unless you have an actual opening balance. Let's just say a brand new loan. You purchased a vehicle. You got to put that in there. That's an opening balance. So you want to steer away from opening balance equity and put it into retained earnings. Even at the end of the year, you need, if there's anything in opening balance equity, you've got to close opening balance equity for the year and put it into retained earnings. So that's kind of a detailed way of going about it, but yes, it is an accrued list of your earnings, but it's also an accrued list of everything that you've closed and adjusted for the year. So I hope that's answered all of your questions. Please feel free to put something in the comments, and I will answer them when I can and the best that I can. Thanks, everyone.